You already have REST APIs, and Claude Code can already call them. So why is everyone suddenly building MCP servers? Is MCP actually solving a new problem, or are we just putting another layer in front of APIs that already work? So in this video, we'll first build a tiny order service with a normal REST API, and then we'll bring in an AI coding agent and ask it to work with that service. That could be Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, or another coding agent. For this example, we'll use Claude Code, and we will give it a simple task. Find every order that has been sitting unshipped for more than 7 days. Let's see how far we can get without MCP. Let's dive in. Alright, so our order service is pretty simple. We have get orders to list orders, get orders ID to fetch one order, and patch orders ID to update one. Now, there are obviously many ways to build a REST API like this. Personally, I have mostly used Spring Boot for building REST APIs. But if you work on Python, you might reach for Fast API. In TypeScript or JavaScript, you have things like Express, Fastify, or Next.js. And in .NET, you might use ASP.NET Core. For this demo, I am going to use TypeScript with Express. Not because Express is somehow the best choice, but because we can keep the code very small and focus on what is happening architecturally. So our agent might eventually call something like this: get orders, status, unshipped, and before 2026, August 18th. And the service simply returns the matching orders as JSON. Nothing AI specific here. It is just a normal REST API. Now let's bring in Claude Code. Can Claude call this API directly? Absolutely. Claude Code has access to a terminal, so we could give it our API documentation and let it use curl. If our API has an open API specification, we could give it that too. Or if we are building our own agent, we could write a regular function that calls this endpoint and expose that function to the model. So we ask Claude, find every order that has been unshipped for more than 7 days. It understands the API, it calls get orders, it passes the right filters, and it gets the stale orders back. And it works so far. MCP has solved absolutely nothing here. But our actual task is a little more interesting. We do not just want to find those orders. For every stale order, we also want to create a GitHub issue so someone can investigate it. Okay, GitHub already has a REST API. So technically, Claude can learn that API too. It figures out which endpoint creates an issue, it sends the repository, title, and body, and that works too. So now, Claude is talking directly to two APIs, our orders API and the GitHub API. Still no MCP. And honestly, for two APIs, this might be perfectly fine. But now imagine this agent grows. Tomorrow, it needs to send something to Slack, create a ticket in JIRA, query Postgres SQL, check something in Datadog. Now every system has its own endpoints, schemas, authentication, pagination, errors, and documentation. And there is another problem. What happens when these same capabilities need to work not only from Claude Code, but also from Cursor, Codex, an internal agent, and whatever your team builds next? Now the integration problem starts looking different. And this is the problem MCP is trying to standardize. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. Instead of every AI client learning a custom way to interact with every system, MCP gives AI applications a common protocol for discovering and using capabilities. An MCP server can expose tools, resources, and prompts. For our example, we care mainly about tools. So instead of making Claude reason about get orders, the query parameters, the pagination, and the response format, we can expose something much more meaningful. Find stale orders. And its input could simply be older than day 7. The tool has a name, a description, a structured input schema. And Claude Code already understands how to work with MCP tools. Now we have a common contract between the AI client and the capability it wants to use. So let's build one MCP server for our order service. And just like you do not normally implement HTTP from scratch when building a REST API, you do not implement the entire MCP protocol yourself either. There are official MCP SDKs for languages such as TypeScript, Python, Go, C#, Java, and others. And since our example is already in TypeScript, I am going to use the official MCP TypeScript SDK. So now we have Express for our REST API and the MCP TypeScript SDK for our MCP server. Inside that MCP server, we expose find stale orders. But here's the important part. When Claude calls that tool, what happens underneath? Our MCP server simply calls the same getOrders endpoint we built earlier. We did not throw away the REST API. We did not rebuild the order service. And the order service itself does not even know that Claude Code exists. It is still a normal backend service. So now look at the architecture. Your frontend might call getOrders. Another microservice might call getOrders. Your mobile application might call getOrders. But Claude Code can see something much more meaningful. Find stale orders. The REST API is still the interface to our application. The MCP server is exposing selected capabilities from that application in a form that compatible AI clients understand. So you can think of this as one service, two interfaces for two different kinds of consumers. And this distinction becomes even clearer when we go back to GitHub. Because this time, we do not build the GitHub integration ourselves. GitHub already has an MCP server. So now Claude Code can see tools coming from two completely different systems. Our orders MCP server might expose find stale orders. And the GitHub MCP server exposes tools for things like creating issues. Now give Claude the original task. Find every order that has been unshipped for more than 7 days and create a GitHub issue for each one. Claude discovers the appropriate orders tools, calls it, gets the stale orders, then it finds the appropriate GitHub tool and creates the issues. Underneath, these systems are completely different. Our tool eventually calls our Express REST API. GitHub's tool ultimately works with GitHub's API. But Claude interacts with both through the same protocol. And that is where MCP starts becoming useful. Here is a task written the normal way. Read a pull request from GitHub, then post it to Slack channel. Two services means two SDKs. Each one has its own client, its own token type, and its own method shape. The GitHub call and the Slack call have nothing in common except that they sit in the same file. And look at what identifies the caller. It is the token. GitHub sees a personal access token. Slack sees a bot token. And neither one knows which person asked for this. Now the same task through MCP. Both calls go through one session. You name the tool, you pass a dictionary of arguments, and that is the whole call. The GitHub call and the Slack call now have the same shape. And that is what MCP standardizes. You are not learning a new SDK for every service you add. There is one interface, and the service-specific part lives in the tool definition on the server. But look at what is still missing. Nothing in either of those calls says who is asking. The MCP server holds the credentials. Whoever connects to it acts with those credentials. On your laptop, that is fine, because there is one user and that user is you. Put it in front of a team and you are back to the problem REST had. One set of tokens and no way to tell whose action this was. MCP standardized the shape of the call, but it did not standardize who is allowed to make it. That gap is what Arcade works on, and they are sponsoring this video. Arcade is the runtime for MCP, and here's the same task a third time, running through Arcade. And this is the GitHub half, and the Slack half. Same shape as the plain MCP call, with one argument added, the user ID. Each person connects their own accounts once. When the agent asks to perform an action, Arcade checks whether that person authorized that tool, runs it with their access, and returns the result. There is no shared token sitting anywhere in your code. Stepping back, here is the shape. Each person authorizes their own accounts once. The MCP server holds no secrets. Arcade, the action runtimes where the MCP server is running, checks permissions and handles authentication and authorization. If the user grants consent, Arcade will inject the token into the MCP server code at runtime. The tool runs and the result goes back to the caller. Every call goes through one layer, so every action has an owner and a record you can read afterwards. A model that can only think is not an agent. Arcade is the part that lets it act. The link is in the description. Now this raises another question. If agent can use MCP, should we eventually replace all our APIs with MCP servers? No, MCP does not replace REST. It does not replace gRPC. It does not replace your backend. And it does not magically remove authentication, authorization, validation, rate limiting, retries, or good service design. Your frontend can and should keep using REST. Your mobile application can keep using REST. Your microservices can keep using REST or gRPC. And your MCP server can expose selected capabilities to AI applications. In fact, a very common MCP tool may simply call an existing production API underneath. So MCP and APIs are not really competitors. They operate at different boundaries. And this is where the decision becomes pretty simple. Suppose you have one agent calling two internal functions that you completely control. You probably do not need an MCP server. Direct function calling might be simpler, or giving the agent access to an existing API might be enough. But now imagine you have dozens of tools, different teams on those tools, the integrations are evolving independently, and those same capabilities need to work from Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, and all internal agents. Now having a standard interface becomes much more valuable. Each MCP server describes what it can do, compatible clients understand how to discover those capabilities, and you are no longer designing a completely different integration for every client and every tool. And that is the trade-off. So your existing API is still doing the real application work. MCP is not there to replace it. Your API is the door. MCP standardizes the handle that compatible AI clients use to open it. And guys, I do not want this to stay as just another architecture diagram. So I put together the same example we used in this video. You will get the normal Express REST order service. You will also get the MCP server that sits on top of it. Connect it to Claude Code or Cursor. Try the API directly first. Then enable the MCP server and run the same workflow again. Once you see both approaches working against the exact same service, the difference between API and MCP becomes much easier to understand.